Hello, we're back with another video for the van, finally. It's been a while. I've got some more installation to put in around these bits. I got some Kingspan from work. We've got this roll that's behind us.
Yeah.
We're going to try and put that somewhere. Aim of the game today is try and get the floor somewhat there, ready to be applied. That might even be in this video at some point, it just won't be today. And then we can move on from there then. It'll be in working order. Worst comes to worst, we can always shove an airbed in it while the sun's out. It's been lovely recently, so that's the plan. We'll get to it. So I've acquired loads of these sort of like offcuts of Kingspan from a job I did. Just loads like that. And hopefully they're just going to end up going in those gaps there where they'll fit. And then that'll be the final bit of insulation really. Other than this, that might just go on the floor all the way. This was also free, we got given that, which is nice. So after that, I think it's pretty much ready to be plied again. I'm going to reuse all the old ply that we do have for the bits where they were, and just buy new for wherever we need. Buy new for the floor. We're keeping them, they're there. Just going to rewrap them in carpet, same with them, they're the ceiling ones. And that's about it. We're going to get rid of all this stuff again and then put some better foam in. So I'd put that Kingspan instead of that, and then I'm just going to put bits of that in the tiny gaps here and there, just because maybe it'll sound better than anything. We'll start with these bits, so I'm just going to measure it and then cut it and just smash it in. It's got to be perfect, but we need to just
fit.
The ply will all hold it in anyway. Nice and snug. I'm not cutting it to size sort of thing because I want to try and get as much round as we can. And if we've got any offcuts, I can just piece it in. So I'll do this one.
That was all the stuff that came out of the doors, by the way. Ugh, itchy stuff. Bear in mind, I've just hoovered the van and now it's going to get filthy again.
That's why I brought it round here instead.
Bosh.
Corner.
It'll look really nice when it's done. I actually can't wait. Like a glove.
Nice and flush, so I'll do the next side quickly. So we didn't insulate these last time. What I'm going to do is shove some of that stuff with some adhesive onto there to stop that sound again. I'm going to put some Kingspan in it. As for this, I'm going to leave for now because I'm taking the wipers off at some point. So there's no point doing that because I'll have to take it all back out again. So they're getting left for now. And then we've only got side door, sliding door, and then the other side where the window is, behind all that stuff. That's the only place the Kingspan will really fit. And then after we do that, we'll get onto the floor.
Concentration face.
Just making sure it was the right stuff.
Well, if not, it's going on now.
Put mask on. Wow.
Yeah, try not to die.
Now, allow them to get tacky.
Tacky!
Tacky, tacky.
Rumba.
Which they are instantly tacky. That's probably because of the heat.
Weren't waiting long, were you?
I know, hopefully if this goes in without any issue, now it's blue.
He says this.
It's a bit tricky now, just force it in. All the way to the back. Come on. Yes.
Ta-da!
Job done. Soundproof. Next one. Something like. A bit bigger.
Yeah, we're sorry as well, guys, that we've not been active as such on YouTube. We have just moved into our own place, so that's our excuse to not post any YouTube content for a while. But yeah, this is, the van's just been used to move stuff at the minute, so yeah.
Shed.
Yeah, it has
what
been a
it's
bit of a
been.
shed. But it's been amazing, and yeah, it's a good moving out gadget.
Quick tip with my experience of using this from 10 minutes ago. Easier to just do that. Bit on there, bit on there. Wait a minute. That'll do. Lock that on. No issue. Peel that back. Bit in there. Give it a minute. Don't spray it on your finger.
What happens if that happens?
Nothing. Just a sticky finger.
Sticky fingers. I'm just sat in the sun because it is a bit chilly in the shade.
Say that one sitting in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, but the sun's like beaming down on me. You're doing your thing again. Are you debating?
Think of the best way to do it. I think. Do it in 2 pieces, this one, because what is that? Ah, number plate light. This one is. That should fit down there. Cut that. Back a minute.
Comprende.
Avoid. I'm not putting this in the video. So, doors are insulated. I've just put these back on to protect anything that's inside of it. That'll be better than what was in it. So, these are done. If you show them. So, let's squeeze a few in here, off camera, and then do both doors. No, sorry, that's not a door. Do the sliding door and the other bit near the window where it would be a door. And that's about it for that insulation. So I'm just putting the panels back on for the time being, one so that they're out of the way, two so they don't get lost, because we'll end up reusing these because they cut. And then we're just going to re-carpet it. But what we're going to do is carpet all the main sort of framework of the van, and then carpet these separately, so then we can take these on and off still whilst all that's still carpeted, if that makes sense. So I'm just putting a few screws in just to hold them in place for now, until we get some carpet. But we're a step ahead, a step further, so getting it done. So our idea is once the floor's down and it's plied, for the time being, we can just whack an airbed and some duvets in if we want to get out in some summer weekends, and then just still gradually do it and carpet and, well, whatever else comes, because I want to put some 12-volt spotlights in, say some, probably 2, yeah, probably just 2, so I can run them from the battery, which is going here in the original place, and then I can run it up and out at the top, nice and easy. So I want them accessible to come off, but at the same time I want to get rid of all this. And on the doors, if you have a look on the doors, they were never done, so I want to carpet all around the doors. So I'll put a big piece up and cut around the window, nicely do it all, and then still have these separate so you can take them off. So yeah, that's the plan. So we've put these back on. We'll probably end up reusing them, or might just end up cutting them properly so that it just looks better once all our carpeting has been done. So the flooring's here, so we're going to jump on that when we can get some more adhesive. So we've just put these panels back on for now. Gets them out of our way. They're all insulated behind them all. That one and them as well. So they're the ceiling ones. They might just be propped up at some point, but for now it's progress, so we'll carry on the video once we have more adhesive. We'll do the floor, and then we can put our ply down, and then from there do anything we want. We can build our bed, our units. The idea is to have sort of like a small single size bed there, for just like a big sofa really, not as a bed as such. And then I'm gonna make my own pull-out bed. It's about like a rock and roll in a way, but not a rock and roll. It'll just pull out, and it'll probably come to about there on the door. But we want this big seating area here for during the day, because you can sit at the back of it, put your feet on the bumper, sit there, or just sit inside. And we're gonna have small units running around, maybe a little gap here in the middle where Lucy is. So it so that the unit no the workshop, sorry, will open, so we can just squeeze through if we need to. But that's about it. They'll probably come out, so about there, the units, well, this side, so there, and then we'll have the battery, probably the diesel heater somewhere here on this side at some point, with a fuel tank. I don't actually know, but we'll figure all that out when it's in. And then a few like kitchen cupboards just for, I don't know, pot noodles and what have you, and somewhere to put a bigger cupboard, so we can put our like camping gear in, like the cooking stuff and what have you. So on the next clip should hopefully be us getting the floor in. I took that step off as well, so we're going to pack the step up of whatever we put on the floor will go there, so then it's all equal, so the original step can stay in. We'll glue that back down and screw it in, and then cut the ply. We're thinking, well, I'm thinking put the main sheet, because it's not a full sheet, it's just over, so cut it in around there, and it will probably come to about here. And then that little offcut that will go around there will be all under the cupboards anyway, so we shouldn't have any issue. And that's the main walk-in area, so that's where we want the big piece of ply with no breaks. And yeah, basically just scrap it around all these bits and what have you, and then job done. And we can put some floor down over the top of it, and maybe just start building these, well, the bed. We don't really need the cupboards as of yet, so yeah, that's the plan. So I'll see you in the next clip, whenever that may be. Right, day 2 of the video. I apologise in advance if I repeat myself of the stuff I said yesterday, but plan of action, gonna get some more insulation down, sound editing, whatever you like to call it, similar stuff. I'm just gonna roll it all the way through, leave a gap at the edges, and whatever we do on this, do to this so that the step sits in flush. So yeah, let's get to that. Job done cutting all this in. I've not glued it, I've just got all the edges near enough to where they need to be, and then I'm going to cut a nice line along here, and try and tuck this light cable underneath because it's just flying around at the minute. So I'm trying to just tuck that under there, not glue it, just hold it in place so it don't get damaged. I have left this in just on them to sort of just stop the wires from jangling around and any loose connections, hopefully just keep it in place. But that's the only stuff that we've left in. Everywhere else has just been foamed behind these, as you watched. So I'm going to glue this down and spray it all, work from that side to the back, and then we can cut one for there around that wheel arch, and then we'll clean this off a little bit, this step, and then whack some on there as well. So what I'm doing here is just getting this new piece, obviously it's way too big, it needs cutting around all the step and the wheel arch, getting it lined up with this. I'm going to glue this side so that it stays in place, and then trim it in, trim it around, what have you. I haven't glued everything on this, like all the sensor, it's just glued around the edges, and then the ply is just coming on top because I don't want to spend loads of money on glue, so I've just glued where I needed to glue. It's probably glued about up to here, and then same again this side. So there's only a bit in the middle that I haven't done, but yeah, it's all down, it's not moving. So I'm going to cut around this now. I'll try and video it the best I can, but Lucy's not here today, she didn't work. So yeah, just doing my best. I'm using the front camera so that I can see me and see where I'm filming and make sure I'm not filming the sky. So that's the best I can do. I'll do that piece, get that in now. So with this stuff, if you've never used it, you just spray it, let it go tacky, and then and it sticks to both surfaces. So yeah, I'm just going to do that all the way along this edge. Another thing I just remembered then, the reason there'll be no music in this video is because I keep getting copyright claims. It's nothing serious, it's not like a strike or out, but it's just really annoying, so I'm not putting any music in until I can get a license thing. I don't even know, so you can get licensing for certain music or something. So I'll have a look into that at some point, but this video is not having any music in, so apologies if it's a little bit boring, but just gotta work with what I got. So that's pretty much it. So cut around the step. That's all done. Just trim this off. Nice, easy line. It's not moving. So yeah. So just quickly trim this off. As you can see, it's all stuck down. This top layer's just peeled a bit on certain places because of my knife, but steps goes there and on top a little bit anyway. So I'm going to put some on here, and then the piece of ply as well will go on there, as well as on there. That's about it. Right, so installation's done and I'm eager, so I'm gonna go get some ply. Just gonna get 12mm. I was gonna do 18mm, but 18mm is a bit heavier, and 12mm should be fine for what it is. There's only about a metre and a bit by a metre and a bit area where you're gonna walk anyway. Everything else is going to be on a cupboard or under the bed, so I'm not really that bothered if it's only just that little bit. And then we're going to put flooring on top of it anyway, so it'll sturdy it up. Well, yes, I'm going to go to the builder's merchant near my work lock-up, and then get 2 sheets of ply, I think, and get this floor down. I'm excited. So I ended up getting 2 sheets of 18mm instead, because 12mm was benter than anything I've ever seen. So that's what we're going with. It's not far off there. If we cut that out, it'd only be this much. So full piece is going to go near the door like that, and then the offcut there, because that's the main walking area, so makes sense. You don't want a joint there, it'll just end up breaking and whatnot. So first things first, I'll have to try and scribe around this wheel well as best we can. And then afterwards mark them up, these angles, try and scribe them in, and that back little nib there, and then we can sort this out a bit better afterwards. We just want to move that, get it in, and then we can always trim it down if we need to. first one's in, all nicely cut. Just need to trim this edge off here so that it's level with the van. And then I'm going to put a rubber strip on here at some point to protect it a bit if we sit on this side. So I've just got to get this one in now, and then yeah, job done. And then we can put flooring down or whatever. The steps are halfway to be fitted, but we'll just see. It's raining like mad, so it's not good. So we're almost done. Just scribing this last one in, trying to get it as good as I can. And then we've also got some flooring in the lockup that I mentioned in another video, because we use it for like bars and stuff when we fit them, so it's hard wearing, so I might try and get some of that. And then I'm pretty much ready to fit the bed then. Be nice to try and get it carpeted before we fit any of the units or bed. Like go down from the top to the floor of the van with carpet, and then put all the framework of the van in, but I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, to be honest. I can just do it up to it. But yeah, nearly there, so keep you updated. We'll get it done. Can't wait now. Finally finished the floor. It's all down. Put the step temporary on with some new screws for now. I'll end up gluing that down after the actual flooring's in. But put a nice edge there so I can get a rubber strip to go on there and overlap a bit, and then the beds and the cupboards are going here, and you won't really see that part, just peace of mind. Cupboards are going down that end, maybe across there as well. But yeah, that's the final products. Just coming along, or a step further, that's the main thing, and that's what I wanted. I'll put the flooring down if I can pinch some. I just need to ask my boss if it's in use or not, and if that fits, then we'll put some of that down, and then realistically then we can start putting the bed and cupboards in. Bed is the main thing for now, because then we can at least use it. So, found a bit of flooring, which I'll show you in a sec. So it doesn't fit the whole flooring of the van, unfortunately. However, you're not going to see the entire floor of the van. And I have some like gym mats that can go inside all the cupboards, so that might be a thought, but I'll show you now. Because you'll see what I mean. I'll show you. So this is the biggest offcut we have. And I'm pretty sure you won't see any of this anyway. And I've got some gym mats that can go in place of them. I know it's random, but it's free, so that's what I'm thinking. So I might just cut that around there and around there, and the cupboards are probably going to come out to about here anyway, and the bed's going to be over the wheel arch. So the idea, if I've not already said, is we're going to have a big bench seat there, quite, well, that big probably, on the wheel arch. And then I'm gonna build it myself, so this bit there will then extend. So I'll have a big, nice, comfy seat, chill out area permanently, and then for bed, that'll pull out, and the back cushions of each side will then fill out the extended bit of the bed, if that makes sense. That's the idea. So I think this will be okay. So back to the flooring. I'm just going to tuck these bits. See how I've cut them just overhanging that, so they're going to tuck under, and the step's going to go on top. So give it a nice finish all the way along. And yeah, that's it. Just glue all that down. Like I say, none of this at all is going to be seen. And I have some foam pads, which I'll show you later on, that just can line the bottom of the cupboards. Bit of sound deadening. Just gonna use them instead of buying more of this stuff, because this stuff ain't cheap. And this, it's really dirty at the minute, but it's hard wearing because we use it in bars and restaurants, like behind the bars, so that's ideal. I mean, it's not the prettiest, it's not oak wood flooring, but for what we need, that'll do. And to be fair, if we want to change it any time in the future, it's not that hard to take up. We can just cut it, drag it out, sorted, and then lime more down on top. So done that. Steps on quite nicely now, sits nice, holding the floor down. I'm going to glue it all, and then all I need to do really for the flooring wise is get 3 little bolts there. Ignore the mess, it's just I've not bothered cleaning up yet. 3 bolts, yay big, that go through the floor and clamp it down. I've packed the bottom of the step up, obviously, otherwise it'll crack when you stand on it. So that's all sturdy, it just needs them bolts going through to hold that down, and then that is it. All the little bit gaps sort of thing, and this carpet's coming off and being replaced with new carpet essentially. So all these little bits, I mean, they're not even that bad to be fair, but they'll get hidden because the carpet will go over there. That's the plan. Right, so I'm going to end the video there. The flooring's down, it's not the nicest, but like I say, it's just temporary, so that when we're getting in and out the van, the wood isn't getting ruined, and then I don't fancy doing that again, so for now it's temporary. When I fit the cupboards and that, I'm going to cut around them so it doesn't go underneath them, and then eventually get some nicer stuff. But for now, it's hard wearing and it'll do, just for getting in and out of the van basically. But final products down. I've just used some of that contact adhesive so that it sticks, but it's not too hard to peel back up. It should just peel up with a bit of force like the old stuff. But yeah, so I'll end the video there. We've come a long way today, I think. So I'll start making a basket on something on eBay or whatever, of all the other stuff, and then eventually just keep plodding away at it. Like I say, I don't want to spend too much money because it's a budget camper, but then I don't want to cheap out too much because then it just ends up being rubbish. So yeah, that's the plan. But I think on the next video, I might see if I can get hold of some carpet, and I can do all this stuff here. If not, what I might do is build the bed and maybe start like the units or line them up. Sorry, someone on a bike. But yeah, I'll end the video there. I'll see you in the next one.